They thought it was just a joke, a quiet night among friends, candles, a Ouija board, nervous laughter. But what they didn't know is that they weren't alone that night, and what answered wasn't who they expected. This is a real story, a documented account passed down by witnesses, family members, and by a recording that was never meant to be seen. It began in the summer of 2014 in a small town just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. A group of 4 high school seniors, Ethan, Sarah, Mike, and Rachel, had just graduated. It was supposed to be one last memorable night before they all went their separate ways. They didn't want to go to a party. No, they wanted something different. It was Mike's idea. Let's try summoning something, like a ghost, for fun. Ethan was the skeptic. Sarah was terrified but didn't want to seem childish. And Rachel, the curious one, was the one who brought an old Ouija board that had belonged to her great-grandmother. The board had been locked in an attic that no one in her family dared to enter. There are things in there that should be left alone, her grandmother had once warned. But Rachel didn't listen. They set up in Sarah's basement around 10:30 p.m., lights off, candles lit, a phone on a tripod, quietly recording in the corner. At first, it was all awkward jokes and sarcastic remarks. The planchette didn't move, not even a twitch, until Sarah, frustrated and a little too bold, said out loud, "If there's anyone here, make yourself known." In the footage, which still exists today, although it was never released publicly, you can hear it. The distinct creaking of floorboards, even though no one moved. At the time, they didn't notice. But the sound is there. Clear, precise, intentional. Then the planchette moved, just a little at first. Then slowly, it spelled out H-E-L-L-O. Mike chuckled. "Okay, who's pushing it?" Ethan shook his head. "Seriously, don't mess with this," Rachel asked. "What's your name?" The board answered, A-N-N-A. "Anna," Sarah repeated. "Did you die here?" The planchette slid. N-O. "What do you want?" F-R-I-E-N-D-S-H-I-P. At this point, they were half amused, half creeped out. But they kept going. Then Ethan asked, "Where are you from?" The board paused, then slowly spelled N-O-T-H-E-R-E. That's when Rachel's candle flickered out, suddenly, violently. The others thought it was just wind, but they were in a locked basement. No open windows, no draft. Then came the scratching, soft at first, from under the floorboards, then louder. It sounded like fingernails dragging across wood. Mike stood up. "All right, let's stop." He moved to pick up the board, but the planchette snapped back under his hand, hard, as if pulled. Sarah screamed. They decided to close the session. Rachel, following what she had read online, moved the planchette to goodbye. The candles went out all at once. Total darkness. The phone recording them glitched, just for a moment, but long enough for the image to blur and capture something. A shape. A figure behind Ethan. Not visible to the naked eye, but there, black, hollow, watching. That night, they each went home, shaken, but trying to brush it off, until the dream started. Rachel was the first. She dreamt of a girl standing at the foot of her bed. Wet hair, black eyes, no face, just teeth. The next day, she found her mirror shattered from the inside. Ethan woke up with scratches on his back, 3 parallel lines deep enough to bleed. Mike's dog wouldn't go near him. It whined and hid under the bed whenever he entered the room. Sarah started sleepwalking. Her mom found her standing outside at 3 a.m., barefoot, whispering, "She's almost here." They stopped talking to each other. The group fell apart. But the presence didn't. 2 weeks later, Mike was found unconscious in his garage. The official report said carbon monoxide poisoning. But his father insisted the car wasn't running, and there was something written in condensation on the window. H-E-L-L-O. Rachel was hospitalized after a seizure. The doctors couldn't explain it. She had no history. but she kept muttering a name. Anna, Anna, not Anna. Wrong one, wrong one. Ethan disappeared a month later, vanished without a trace. His phone was found in a park near a lake. It was still recording. The last 12 seconds of audio are chilling. A whisper, barely audible. You called the wrong one. The police investigation went cold. No suspects, no evidence. Sarah moved to California, changed her name, and deleted all social media. But in 2018, a Reddit post surfaced from a throwaway account. The title, "We summoned something 4 years ago. It wasn't Anna, and it still follows me." No one knows for sure what they contacted that night, but one thing is clear: it answered, and it never left. So now I ask you, would you dare touch a Ouija board? Because sometimes it's not who you're calling, it's who's listening.